Let's go, let's get it. I can't get it out of my head. Can you get it out of your head?
Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? I hope you are doing so incredibly well. I know I am doing incredibly well. I'm super excited. Today, my friend, is Monday, May 13th, 2019. Can you believe it? Today is Monday, May 13th. We're almost halfway through this year already. So today is Monday, May 13th, 2019. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, May 13th, 2019. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this incredible day, all right? Let's make the absolute most of this incredibly beautiful day. It's looking like it's going to be about 59 degrees today here in Kentucky. Not super warm, but not too cold, so I can hang with that. I hope all of you mothers out there had an incredible Mother's Day weekend. I hope it was just a phenomenal over-the-top weekend for you. My wife, we did some special things for my wife for Mother's Day. I contacted her best friend who lives up in Columbus, and we were able to get the girls together and put them in a position where they didn't have any kids, and they could do whatever they wanted, whether they wanted to get their nails done, get their hair done, whatever the heck they wanted to do, they could do. And basically they chose to do this to begin with, which this is my wife and her best friend from childhood hanging out in bed with a carton of ice cream. She took the Ready Whip and sprayed the Ready Whip right into the carton, and they were laying in bed. My wife still wouldn't let go of that baby, but they were laying in bed eating ice cream with Ready Whip and smiling and laughing and having a great time. Now, there was a point after that they decided, well, we need to go to Target, right? Like they were watching Gilmore Girls, they were eating ice cream, and at some point Target kicked in there. I guess that's just what happens. I don't know, but Target kicked in. They had to do some Target shopping, and so we went to Target, or they went to Target in one car, and I drove separately with the baby in my car, and I literally drove around the city of Lexington for 3.5 hours while my wife and her friend went shopping at Target and all the other little shops over in that area. I just kept the baby asleep, and I just drove, man. I just drove for 3.5 hours. I could have drove all the way to Nashville, where of course we're gonna have Grow Your Business, for God's sake, but that's a side note. I could have drove all the way to Nashville, but it was awesome. It was a great weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. Also this weekend, we were pushing hard on the music video. We've got the Tony with the Keys hashtag Rise and Grind anthem music video, so we had to push real hard on that this weekend, which was awesome. I can't get the song out of my head. I've heard it about 1,000,000 times, but I love it. I love the song. I love the video. I appreciate all of your help pushing the video out. Something that I did, we had people over for Mother's Day dinner. I grilled up some steaks and some salmon and so on and so forth, and we had everybody over, and I was grabbing phones, man. I was out at the soccer field grabbing people's phones, like grabbing their phones, downloading the pre-order. I know that you guys were doing the same, which I really appreciate, but I grabbed my brother-in-law's phone, I grabbed my sister-in-law's phone, I grabbed my mother-in-law's phone, I grabbed everybody's phone, downloaded the song. I personally downloaded the song twice. I downloaded it on iTunes, and I downloaded it on Google Play Store. I downloaded it on both. I made all kinds of posts this weekend. I called all my friends this weekend, asked them to download it, like all my influencers like Danelle and Steve Spray and D. Arizini. I called everybody that I knew that had a following, asked them to help push it out. We were just rocking and rolling on this. We have 4 days left. If you have not downloaded that song yet, please go do so on iTunes or Google Play Store. We have 4 days left for pre-orders, and then it'll come actual launch day. And every pre-order we get until then counts as a first day order. And that's what we want, as many first day orders as possible. I mean, just imagine. Seriously, just imagine that a member of our group, hashtag Rise and Grind, just imagine that Tony with the keys, he makes this amazing song, right? He makes this amazing song. He makes this amazing video. And then together as a community, hashtag Rise and Grind, as a community, together, we lift this dude up on our shoulders. And we lift him up so high. We lift him up so high that he gets worldwide attention, right? Worldwide attention. And then he gets to live out his passions and his dreams in the music industry. He likes to make songs for groups and organizations. That's what he wants to do. He wants a company that builds anthems for groups, for organizations, for the automotive industry, outside the automotive industry. He just has this unique gift, this ability to capture your essence into a song, right? That can become an anthem for your company. So imagine, just imagine what it will be like if we could lift him up onto a global platform. What a difference it'll make in his life, and what a historic moment that we will all have to treasure together, right? So do me a favor, grab your friends' phones, your employees' phones, send it out in the newsletter. Let everyone know about this amazing song, and let's push up Tony as high as we possibly can, right? We rise by lifting others. So let's continue to do that. Hey, Easter, back in, this picture's not from Easter, but it was actually Sunday, March 27th of 2005. Sunday, March 27th of 2005. It was Easter of that year, and I had not seen my daughter in a few weeks. There were some things that were going on in my life, some mistakes that I had made, and so I hadn't seen her in a few weeks. Now, luckily, my mom was still in contact with her mom, and my mom somehow worked it out to where she got to take my daughter down to Phoenix, Arizona, right? She got to take my daughter down to Phoenix, Arizona for Easter that day. And I wasn't really supposed to be there because I wasn't supposed to see my daughter. Like, there was just a whole lot of stuff going on. And so my mom got my daughter down there, and I got to see my daughter. This is my daughter, Kira Ariel Delorier Lundy. And so I got to see her. She was 6 years old at the time. And we spent that day together, that Easter, March 27th, 2005. We spent the whole day together. We went to the park and we played on the swings, and she sat in my lap, and we had Easter dinner, and the family was there. We did the Easter egg hunt. Like, we did all of these things, right? We did all of these things. And as the day came to an end, it was time for my mom and Everett to head back up the hill, to head back up to Flagstaff, Arizona, which is where we're from. And I didn't want to let her go because I wasn't sure when or if I would see her again. So I drove my car halfway up to Flagstaff, Arizona. I just followed with my daughter, Kira, in the back seat. She fell asleep. And so I just drove up with her like halfway up to Flagstaff, and then my parents took over. They were driving up to Flagstaff as well, and so my parents took over. They put her in her car, and they took her off. And that was the last time that I saw her for 8 years. 8 years went by after that day. I didn't get to see my kid. I didn't have any contact with my kid. It was a rough 8 years. But I remember that day, March 27th, 2005, and I remember this kid right here with her big old cheeks and her cute little smile. But I remember that day, and I've remembered that day all of my life. On March 18th, 2017, 12 years later, fast forward 12 years later, I was at 10X Growth Con. I was at 10X Growth Con down in Miami, I think we were in Miami. We were down in Florida, I know that. But I was at 10X Growth Con, and I first heard this amazing woman speak. Her name was Danelle Delgado, and she was telling a story, and she was having us raise our hands. I think this picture here might actually be the exact moment. This might be the exact moment that this woman changed my life. She was standing on the stage and she was speaking and she was talking about all the things that we know we need to do to get our lives to the next level, right? Like most people know what they need to do. They just choose not to do it. And she was making us raise our hands if we knew the Grant Cardone strategies, and raise our hands if we'd read the books, and raise your hands if we watched the motivational videos. But at one point she said, now you've got your hand up because you know this stuff. Now keep your hand up if you know what to do, but you're not doing it. And I had to look at my hand up in the air, and I realized in that moment, March 18th, 2017, I realized that I was still playing too small, man. I was playing too small, and I knew there were things that I had to do. There were bigger things. There was a bigger calling on my life. She literally changed my life in that moment with just a few words in a paragraph. It changed everything. That was where the beginning of all of this, #Rise and Grind, and following my purpose and chasing dreams, all of that started with that conversation, Danelle Delgado on that stage, impacting my life. Now I'm sharing both of these days with you, March 27th of 2005 and March 18th of 2017, because there's 12 years in between those dates, but both of those dates are dates that I will absolutely never forget. And I know that this week I'm going to have another one of those. This week I'm going to have another day that I will never, ever forget, because tomorrow morning, I am going to meet my now 20-year-old. Well, she'll be 20 on the 15th. She was 6. I didn't see her for 8 years. Now she's 20. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to meet my 20-year-old in D.C. She's flying in from Phoenix. I'm flying from Lexington. I'm going to meet her in D.C. and her and I are going to jump over the pond, and we're going to go to this place called Greece. We're going to Greece. We're going to a place called Mykonos. And in Greece, we're going to meet up with Danelle. We're going to meet up with Danelle Delgado to do some really, really, really intense training. So my 20-year-old, and that moment of my life that everything changed, my used to be 6-year-old, and that day that I last saw her, she's now 20. We're getting together in DC, and we're going to meet up with Danelle in Greece, if you could believe it, for a week. So my daughter's going to get to experience Danelle for a full week, when Danelle changed my life in just a few moments on a stage. I can't even imagine the experience that she's going to get at 20 years old, the mind that she's going to get at 20 years. And I'm so excited because her and I got to travel. It's going to take us like 30 hours to get there. So we get to travel together all the way to Greece. We get to spend a week together in Greece, overseas. It's going to be so spectacular. I am so super, super excited. So super excited. And so I'm here to tell you, this week on #Rise and Grind, we've been doing our themes. This week on #Rise and Grind, the theme is going to be Greece Week. This is Greece Week. I'm going to share these experiences with you guys. I'm going to share the experiences with my daughter. I'm going to share the experiences overseas. I'm going to share the experiences with Danelle Delgado and these 25 other amazing superhumans. I'm going to share everything that I learn, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, everything that I take in. I'm going to share all of that with you guys. It's going to be really interesting because at 5:30 a.m. Eastern, it's actually going to be like 2:30 or 3:30 in the afternoon over there. So it'll be a whole different experience for me. Hopefully I won't get too comfortable with that, right? Doing the show in the afternoon. So today is the first day of Greece Week, and before we get too far into it, you know what we got to do. You guys thought I forgot. But this is the part of the show. We got to dance, man. We got to get the energy up in here. This is that part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we could change the way people start their day, we can make a massive impact on this planet. I truly believe that. Make sure you also like the show. Like the show. Like the show. Facebook likes the algorithms. This is also the part of the show where I need you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. Say what's up, and I'll say what's up. How you doing, Leanne Ryan Smith? What's up, my man, Robbie Toomey? God, it makes me so happy to see you up in here. Joshua Stifler's up in the house. How you doing, Patty Cabanaro? How you doing, Sam Burns and Scott Holbert? What's up, Josh? Oh, Tabby Negrit's up in here. Liza Myers Borges is up in here. What's up, Jeff Baker and Jesse Miller? How you doing, Mike Brockway, the ultimate note taker? Casey Rossiter's up in here. And Sandra Benstock Delolio. Jeremy Noling. What's up, Archie? Mike Stevens, Ray Hatcher, Amy Bach, Don Sankey, Adam Aarons. What's up, Adam Aarons? He said he's going for Jerusalem tomorrow. Nice, man. What's up, BG Campbell and Terrell Lake? How are you, sir? Valerie Christine is up in here. I love it. Faye Giles. Who else? Vicki Everett. Hi, Vicki Everett. So great to see you. Beth Workman, how are you, dear? Love it. Everybody's up in here this morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. Man, that song been playing. That song been playing in my head all weekend. What's up, David Turner? How are you, sir? Oh, let me get this thing off here. Like the show, share the show, right? You guys are like, dude, you tell me all the time. Listen, so I am headed to the island of Mykonos, okay? I'm headed to the island of Mykonos, which is just outside of Greece, or just outside of Athens, Greece. Now, I've never traveled overseas before, so it's a little scary for me, a little nerve-wracking, but I'm super excited about it. So we're headed to the island of Mykonos, and we're going to stay in this beautiful home, right? This amazing, beautiful home. It's got like the pools and all the rooms, and it's massive from what I understand. And I'm going to be staying there with dozens of brilliant minds. Like dozens of brilliant minds from all over the United States. They're all coming together. For this event, we're gonna brainstorm together, mastermind together, learn from each other, grow from each other. Like, it's gonna be incredible. Like, just surrounded by dozens of mega superhumans. As a matter of fact, Nicole Arbor, if you look up Nicole Arbor, she's gonna be there. Nicole Arbor's like the hottest thing on YouTube right now. She's blowing up. She's got over 70 million views on all of her videos. She's a comedian and a motivational speaker and an incredibly inspiring human. She's just a beautiful soul that's out there crushing it. And so she's gonna be there, and then all of these incredible humans just from all over the United States and all these different fields, all these different businesses. So it's gonna be absolutely incredible. We're talking about 14-hour a day training sessions. 14 hours a day of training. We're going to train from 8 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. Intense, like exclusive. We don't leave the house. There's a chef on site. Danelle went and got like the best chef in all of Athens. And so there's going to be a chef on site that's going to be cooking all our meals because we don't even have time to leave the house. Like, that's how intense this training is. And it's going to be a deep dive, a super deep dive into who I am, why I am, and most importantly, like, how to execute on all of that, right? How do, knowing who I am, knowing why I'm here, because I have those two things. I have a pretty solid foundation on who I am. I know me. I am Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 7, and host of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. Like, that's, I know who I am, and I know why I am. All of these things, everything that I do, the entertaining, the music, the show, all of that stuff, all of that leads down to a path. I know why I'm here. I know what I'm called to do, to connect with you on a crazy level, build a relationship with you on a crazy level, so that ultimately, Like it says at the end of every show, I can help you to recognize that you're a spiritual being and there's some responsibilities that come with that, right? So I get that. But most importantly is Danelle and this group of humans, superhumans, they're going to be able to teach me how to execute on that. How to execute that on a super high level that'll take hashtag Rise and Grind, that'll take this amazing show that takes place in this amazing studio, that'll take it to a level unheard of before. A super high level where it's reaching millions and millions and millions of humans around the world, right? I'm going to learn how to execute on that on the highest level. And what's crazy is, as usual, the planner, if you're not using your hashtag Rise and Grind planner, you need to be using it. If you don't have one, you can still get them on Amazon. There's only a few left, but you can get them on Amazon. Just search for hashtag Rise and Grind. But as usual, this thing has become somewhat prophetic. For those of you that have one, you'll notice sometimes the quotes just fall right in line. It's really, really, really insane. So today's quote, Monday, May 13th, it says, "Be brave, take risks. Nothing can substitute experience." Be brave, take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. And then it references Paulo Coelho, which Paulo Coelho wrote a book called The Alchemist. The Alchemist. If you haven't read this book, you need to go and you need to read this book. However, spoiler alert, I'm going to ruin a little bit. I'm going to ruin a part of it for you. So he wrote this book called The Alchemist. And in this book, the main character is sleeping next to a sycamore tree. And as he's sleeping next to the sycamore tree, he keeps having this prophetic dream that he's going to find a treasure. And the dream just keeps recurring. Every time he's sleeping under the sycamore tree, he has this dream. He's going to find a treasure. He's going to find a treasure. So he goes to a woman that reads dreams. Right? He goes to a woman that reads dreams, and she tells him that he needs to go to Egypt. He's got to go to Egypt to find the treasure. So he goes on this journey all the way to Egypt, and he goes through all of these experiences all the way through the entire book. And ultimately, long story short, he makes his way back to the sycamore tree without finding the treasure. He makes his way back to the sycamore tree, and he digs at the sycamore tree, and the treasure was 3 feet below him the entire time. Right below where he slept. Now, the reason I find that interesting, and the reason that I find it really interesting on the verge of me getting ready to go to Greece, is you see, the journey is really what makes us who we are, right? It's all about the journey. It's the experiences that shape us and mold us. It's all of the different emotions that we have to go through, the energies, all of these things. That's what bring us out, right? That's what makes us feel alive. It's what reconnects us with like source, right? The journey, the actual experience. And so here's what I know. I know that everything I need, I know that everything that I need exists inside me, right? Everything that I need to be great, everything that I need to execute on this show, everything that I need to reach my dreams, my visions, all of that stuff. I know that all of that exists inside me. It's right here. This is my sycamore tree. My treasures exist right here in this seat. I'm not going to find my treasure somewhere else. It's right here. It's inside. And that's the whole point of The Alchemist is, yes, we sometimes have to travel on a journey. In order to find these things, we have to go through these experiences that are going to shape us and that are going to mold us in order to find the greatness that exists inside us. But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. The answers are not in Egypt. They're right here. We just got to go through Egypt to extract them. I'm getting ready to go through Greece. I'm going to go to Greece with my 20-year-old daughter, which is mind-blowing, friends. It's mind-blowing. I'm going to go to Greece with my 20-year-old daughter, and I'm going to train my little butt off. I'm going to train and take notes and learn and train from some of the greatest in the world. It's going to be an incredible journey. It's 30 hours there, 30 hours back, 4 flights, all this stuff, right? And some of it I'm scared of. I'm a little bit fearful, a little bit apprehensive. It's not like the most comfortable thing in the world for me, for sure. I got to leave my kids, my younger kids. I got to leave 6 of them here. I got to leave my wife. I got to leave her here. And luckily I've got my mom and her mom and all these troops that are going to come in and help support, the family and keep her, stay with her and things like that. You know what I mean? Like they're there to help. But I got to leave my kids. I got to leave my comfort zone. I got to go out into the world. I got to do things that I've never done before. I got to face some fears. I got to put myself in really uncomfortable situations. I got to train relentlessly. I'm going to be tired. I got to do all of those things. But I know that it's going to extract the greatness that already exists inside me. And so I want to challenge you as I go on this journey. I want to challenge you, and you can follow me on Instagram, Glenn_Lundy. I'm going to story a bunch of it. So follow me there. Of course, I'll have posts on Facebook. We'll do the show and I'll update you there, but make sure you're following me on Instagram. But I want you to go on this journey with me. For the next 10 days, I want you to go on a journey as we start to discover more about self. I want you to challenge yourself. I want you to put yourself in uncomfortable situations. I want you to do things that you wouldn't normally do. I want you to seek the greatness that I know exists inside of you. Because see, you, my friend, I know something about you. I know for a fact that you are a child of God, right? Uniquely made by the God of the universe, the God who made everything. He made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Not an average version, not a below average version, but the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. That's what he designed you for. And you're starting to make moves in that direction, right? You're starting to make some good decisions. Like you're in the group, #Rise and Grind, and you're posting positive things and you're filling your mind mentally, and you're doing your morning 5 and taking care of your morning routines, and you're watching the show. Like you're doing all of these things. And I want you to understand that each of those things, though they seem small, each of those things are making an impact. They're making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers, and they've made a massive impact on me. And I, for one, I absolutely love you for it. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. And I appreciate you. So continue to move in that direction. Continue to do what's uncomfortable. Continue to put yourself in situations where you are forced to stretch mind, body, spirit, stretch and grow and extract the greatness that exists inside you. I want you to win on the highest level humanly possible. I want you to win. So come with me the next 10 days. Think of something. What do you want to attack? What is something that's going to put you in a fearful state, in a growthful mindset? What is it? And come with me the next 10 days as we go through this series called Grease, and I'm going to teach you everything that I learned. Fair enough? Fair enough. Listen, if you need more episodes of #Rise and Grind, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, go to GlennLundy.com. But most importantly, come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again. We're going to do it all over again on what is soon to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. #Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day, my friends. Love you guys.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. #Rise and Grind, #Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. #Rise and Grind, #Rise and Grind, grind, grind. 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 #Rise and Grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation. #Rise and Grind, #Rise and Grind. Don't stop, get it, get it. #Rise and Grind. Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise. Stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. write my mission, vision,